Hello, a nice afternoon here sitting outside, um, smoking cigars. There's so many good cigars out there today. But Michael, why do I always find myself smoking the same three?
It's a good question. I keep trying to tell you, branch out, try something different. There's a lot of great cigars out there.
They're all good,
Um,
but I just like, I think I get into the taste of like one brand, and then I could smoke a couple different sizes. To me, they're all the same taste. Like I smoke a lot of different cigars, but the four or five that I always have in the rotation, of course, like the favorite is a Fuente, Padron, um, Butera for a nice morning cigar. It's real light uh, and mild. But it seems like I like, and not that any other companies and brands aren't good. They're all good quality cigars, but I just don't have. Sometimes the taste just isn't there for it when I'm smoking it.
well, you know what you like,
Yeah.
right? When you know what you like, you're always going to default
Mm-hmm.
and go back to that. So, sometimes you don't want to branch out and try something and not like it.
Right.
It's easy to fall back. I like to try a lot of different stuff. I mean, I'm the same way. I got a handful of cigars that are my go-to cigars
Yeah.
that I'll
Yeah.
smoke time and time again. And then,
Mm-hmm.
I guess it depends on the occasion too, on what you're doing. If it's not particularly the taste you were looking for, you still
Yeah.
smoke it anyway. But
Yeah, you just don't enjoy
if I'm
it.
going to sit down like we are now and actually really enjoy a cigar, I'm going to make sure it's something that I like, something that I know.
Yeah, I always tend to. I'm not a real strong smoker. Like I don't like nothing real strong or real heavy. Something that's gonna blow the back of my head off. I mean, I know a lot of guys do get into some powerful stuff. And
We've been there, but we've been there before.
I've smoked some of them. What was it? Camacho Corojo. We bought it at where? De La Concha in New York City.
It's a great story. Yeah,
Manhattan.
it's a great story.
We were going to the Big Smoke. This is maybe, 15 years ago?
At least.
Maybe more.
Yeah.
And we spent the afternoon there, and we stopped at De La Concha and talking to the guy in the humidor, and we were asking him for different
Who's actually
things.
one of our sales reps today.
Yeah. And he said, what do you got? He said, oh, you got to try this Camacho Corojo. I said, is it strong? He said, yeah, it could be a little bit strong. So we each bought one. We sat outside. They had chairs and a little table outside right on, I don't even remember which street it was, right down from Times Square, I believe.
Yeah.
And we sat there, an hour and a half, 2 hours, waiting till the Big Smoke started, and we smoked the cigar. I think I had a coffee or a soda, and we sat there. It was a beautiful day. And after that, got up, I couldn't walk. That cigar was so strong.
We almost face planted.
Yeah.
We almost took 2 steps and right down.
That was what, I mean, but
that was that original Camacho Corojo diploma in the old school trapezoid boxes.
Mm-hmm.
To this day, one of my favorite cigars of all time.
Yeah, it was a good cigar, but I mean, it was
powerful.
Cigar.
Well, my palate has developed quite a bit since then, where I could appreciate a cigar like that rather than just strength.
Yeah, I still can't smoke nothing that strong. That was just heavy and lightheaded, or the belly aches, or sometimes I smoke the stronger cigars, I get the hiccups.
So,
right? Why is that?
How about the spins and the sweats?
Well, the spins.
I've smoked too many back in the day. Too many back to back on an empty stomach. High nicotine content, and just a powerhouse cigar. I didn't know any better, and I'm wondering what the hell just happened.
But it seems too like certain brands, like that they're just blended and they just want to make a stronger cigar. I take for example,
that's the tobacco that they work with.
We do. I like a Perdomo cigar, but I can't smoke a lot of their stuff. I like the Champagne.
Yeah.
And the Lot 23 I could smoke. Their other stuff, to me, this is just my opinion. I don't know much about cigars. I'm not an expert, but to me, it's just too strong for me. Except like the Champagne and the Lot 23s, I enjoy.
Yeah.
I could smoke them, but getting into some of the other
speaking
ones,
of that, that's what we're both smoking today. We're taking these for a test drive. This is the new Perdomo 10th Anniversary Sun-Grown. Tom's smoking the Perdomo 10th Anniversary Maduro. I chose to go with the Sun-Grown because I like a little stronger cigar. I like that little spice, little pepper. But with the Perdomo, especially these, I mean, they're aged quite a while, No,
this is real nice so far, a little bit. Yeah. And even being Maduro, you can't be scared. You can't be scared when you see a dark wrapper that it's going to be strong. This is by far not a powerful smoke. I take it a little bit sweet and easy to draw and smoke. I don't get a lot of the like when you read some reviews and it's grassy or hazelnut. I don't
No.
get any of that on any cigar.
Now, a lot of those flavors you get is going to be on the retrohale, which is not an easy thing to do. Myself, I typically can taste the strength. I could taste some pepper. And every now and again, I could taste like a little bit of a chocolate. But other than that,
No.
you know, that's not my palate. You know, it just doesn't.
But this is burning nice here so far.
Yeah,
That's what I like. I
yeah.
don't like a cigar you got to fight with to draw on it. To me, it's not worth smoking when you have to do that. But as long as the draw's nice and it's easy to smoke.
Great burn line right from the start.
Yeah.
Really, you could tell, I mean, you know, the construction between the, you know, the wrapper and the binder have married really well here. Soft box press, and it's a really nice draw.
Perfect.
I mean, really good. Well done.
Yeah, really, really nice cigar. And I like the size. I mean, what is the actual size? Well, I go by, what is this, 50?
I believe it's a 52.
52.
Yeah.
That's what I like. 40.
If not a 54, the soft box press will actually make it a little bit smaller ring gauge.
Size. I usually
It's
like
nice.
a 6
Really
by
nice.
50, maybe a 52, and then you know, a little bit smaller. I smoke a lot of 858s. Went to 858s. I believe they're a 47.
Yeah.
But I don't like nothing smaller than that or
No.
bigger than a 52.
In the Perdomo line, I tend to go with their 20th anniversary series only because that's they got a 6.5 by 48 ring gauge cigar. They don't have that in the other lines that we carry anyway.
Right.
But I like that. That's a perfect ring gauge for me.
Yeah, to me, I like that. It seems like mostly like that Toro size, the 6 by 50.
Yeah,
When you
that's
get
the
ones-
wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like a Robusto, to me, you don't get. To me, sometimes they're, I don't know, they're harder to draw and you don't get a lot of flavor. And then when it just gets going, it's finished.
It's done. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, the
Usually-
last third of the cigar is the best part of the cigar.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're,
Yeah,
you know,
there's not much
you're right
durée in
there.
it once it starts with the Robusto. But it is a perfect size. But I mean, we've had the perfect summer here in Northeast PA. Never spent so much time outside and smoking cigars. The weather's been perfect.
And we
Just to
needed,
sit
and
out.
we needed it.
Yeah,
And we needed it.
And we're not talking about anything else that's going on. It's just about smoking and enjoying cigars. And you just find it's just so relaxing. Like, I'm not one to put a cigar in my mouth to run around and be doing this or that. It's just to sit and, you know, to enjoy and to relax and wind down. It's like every time, you know, you go to the doctor, and, you know, they always go through all the questions and the checklist, and do you smoke? And I said, yeah, you know, cigars. Well, how many? Daily. You know, I smoke a cigar. He says, you know, that's really not good. You should watch that. So the last time I asked him, I said, well, did you ever try it at night? Just sit down and smoke a cigar. How could you say it's not good? So you could just
How'd that go over?
Well, he just giggled a little bit and things.
That's
But how could it be wrong when it tastes so good?
No, I mean,
Right?
it really, to me, it gives you, you know, time or a reason to take a step back from the daily grind and sit down and just kind of decompress, think a little bit,
Yeah.
and kind of, you know, prepare your next day or go over what you
Or
you
the
know
best
you
thing-
accomplished.
The best thing here is like when a bunch of us get together. Not a bunch, but I'm saying 4, 5, 6 guys. It's just just sitting around talking about
I think
whatever.
the ball busting plays into that a little
Well,
bit too.
that too, right?
That's standard.
Which I'm usually on the bad end of that.
I don't believe a word he says.
Yeah.
Nope, not at all. He could dish it pretty good.
Yeah.
Don't let him play that.
That's nice. But when you buy a box of cigars, it's like Christmas morning all the time. When you're opening up that first box, you know, that first time you're opening that box up to get whatever you're buying, you know, whatever you're smoking. It doesn't matter. Like, a lot of people ask, well, what do you like? What I like or you like doesn't mean you're going to like it. It doesn't mean it's good or bad. I mean, as long as you're smoking a cigar and you like it, that's all that counts.
Yeah. No, I mean,
As
and
long as you like it.
that's something I try to explain to people. You know, making that box purchase, opening that box, it's an experience in itself. You know, just cutting that open, cutting the cellophane away from it.
Yeah.
You know, opening it up, getting that aroma that's tucked inside that box that's been sealed and that cedar. There's just nothing like it.
No, exactly. Like, but it doesn't matter what you're smoking as long as you like it. And it doesn't always matter on price either.
Not at all.
There's a lot of great cigars that are in that $5, $6, $7 range, or $4. As long as you like it,
That's all that counts. Yeah, I mean, and I've always explained that cigars, price is not always indicative of the quality of the cigar or if you're going to like it.
Or the taste.
Just because it's a $20 cigar doesn't mean you're going to like it.
No.
Or you should like it.
Right.
They don't really go hand in hand.
It's always compare about it like, you go to a restaurant and whatever their most expensive item is usually, I don't know, lobster or crab or shrimp. Well, I'm not a seafood eater, so I'm not going to like that no matter what it is.
Right.
Or someplace.
Right.
And cigars, I think, are kind of like restaurants. Like if you like one brand cigars, their flavors and all. Like a restaurant, you go to this restaurant, you usually like anything.
You like it all, yeah.
Just on their process procedures, and I think the same thing plays into cigars too. You get
Definitely.
into, if you like Romeos, you're probably going to like
pretty much everything they come out with the Romeo brands, yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Or like Monte Cristo, or any brand for that. That's anything like that comes in like that.
Well, that gets back to how you always continue to buy what you like and what you know.
Mm-hmm.
When you could, relate to something
Mm-hmm.
and you're comfortable smoking, say, 2 or 3 of the different types of Romeo, you're not going to hesitate trying that fourth blend. You'll try it without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always think if I don't like it, I'm not going to say that the cigar's no good or not. It wasn't just on my taste.
Correct. Yeah.
It wasn't. There's so much quality stuff out there.
A lot of great cigars. A lot of great cigars.
This is probably the best time I always said to be a cigar smoker because of the quality of, and this is everybody's stuff, the quality, the availability, and the pricing. If you look at it now, prices are lower now than I think they were back in the late 90s after that boom. I mean, there was so much overpriced stuff.
I mean, talk about bang for your buck. I
yeah.
I can't point out very many cigars that I think are overpriced.
No.
Especially like Perdomo, where Nick's, absorbed a lot of the S-chip and a lot of the taxes and a lot of that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. I mean, the price on a Perdomo cigar, I mean, I think it's underpriced, to be honest.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just the quality. And that's what we've always tried to stay with is just like we are, small family-owned operators, interacting with the customers and all, and just offer them a great product for a fair price on everything that it is.
Yeah.
And that's how we've always tried to do it, not tried to, because you can't carry every cigar there is out there. I mean, there's so many cigars. I mean, you don't have enough space to carry everything.
No. Without giving it its proper
you can't
space
just put
in the
a
humidor.
box in a humidor or something.
Yeah. One of this, one of that doesn't work.
So we always just tried to have the brands in there that, that are the companies stand behind it, offer some promotion. We do events or...
And great relationship with the manufacturer, And
that's the one thing I always liked about the cigar industry is all manufacturers and owners of companies, once you're smoking a cigar, it's like, you're competitors and all, and you have that, but there's still some of that camaraderie and just, we're all in it for the same cause, to provide great products.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you see that in a lot of other industries.
No.
I mean, they're all competitors and fighting for humidor space, and, that's always a challenge. But that's what I always like when we go to trade shows or different events. And that's one thing with a cigar. You can go anywhere, and I've had this experience a lot of times. You could go anywhere if you're traveling for work or on vacation, and if you go in a cigar store or a cigar bar, it's like everybody's welcome, and you're like your friend, and you've been there all the time. Like that
they've
forever.
known you for 20 years.
Yeah, just because what do you smoke, and you want to try one of these, or
check that out.
No matter where you go.
Beautiful burn. Great burn line. Nice thin little black line right around. Fantastic. I mean, you talk about, us being a small family-owned business, and, Perdomo is the same. Small family-owned business. They've been doing a lot more social media, a lot more YouTube, how-to type stuff. And it's incredible because of all the people and how many people are out there. Almost every single time that they're going live, I get a private message on Facebook from Nick Perdomo.
Yeah, exactly.
If you got a few minutes, I'd appreciate you and your friends check out my video. See what you think. I mean, and it doesn't get more personal than that.
Yeah. And I like it too. Like a lot of not always coming out with new spin-offs of brands because there's only so many you can carry. You know,
Yeah.
just stick with what we got and keep producing. Yeah, you got to come out with new stuff here and there, but not to keep flooding the market. And because then I get confused sometimes with some brands because there's so many different
Right.
line
Variations of
extensions
it. Yeah.
and variations, and
the consumer gets confused as well.
yeah,
You
I'm
know,
confused
sometimes too
and-
many is too much.
yeah,
It's
and we see it on a daily basis, and sometimes I can't even keep up.
I'm just wondering how much longer till this ends up on my lap.
You know, that's what you're supposed to do. You know, it's not supposed to ash your cigar.
Never.
You
It's
just let
ash
it fall.
itself. Yeah. Well,
Why
I
do
try
you
to
have
be
so
a
many
little.
holes in my shirt?
Well, I try to be a little more calculated with it. You know, maybe pay attention to it a little bit.
No.
But
You just let it fall where it may fall, and what the hell's it? So what? Burns a little bit. You jump up and brush it off, clap a couple times.
that's not the first time. It won't be the last time. So
Yeah,
I could see it starting to go. But
this is nice.
yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Definitely. Actually, what I really am enjoying is just actually taking this time to sit down, relax, and just have
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah, just talk about cigars or
You know, too often
beer.
you get tied up into the everyday grind, and you really don't take a
Yep.
chance to kind of sit down and just
what
just
I really
relax.
enjoy with coffee. But in the morning, but it has to be a real mild cigar for me. Whether it might be a Butera or an 858 or something with a coffee in the morning. Which
Yeah.
they don't get the opportunity to do that often unless you're on vacation or something.
I know,
But
we
that-
try
to
to
me,
take
that's the
advantage of that
best.
when we can. Yeah,
To me, that's when the cigar
I try-
tastes the best with a coffee.
I try just about every Sunday morning while the kids are still sleeping. Not too much, running around going on in the house. I try to get up early and go out on the back patio while the sun is out.
Mhm.
It's just nice and
It's nice.
peaceful.
Yep.
Coffee. I mean, and I'm the opposite end. I mean, I'll smoke something strong first thing in the morning.
Oh, not me.
I mean, and that's just how I've been,
Yeah.
and what I like and what I
Yeah.
have, what I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Part of that is I enjoy golfing, and I try to golf any opportunity I get. But if I'm going to golf, I'm teeing off at 6:30 in the morning because
Yeah.
it's time consuming. I like to get it in, get it done, and
Yeah.
a lot of times I don't have breakfast first thing in the morning. I'll go out and smoke 4, 5, 6 cigars in a round of golf.
Yeah.
So I kind of built, wasn't always the greatest idea, but
Yeah.
sometimes it works out.
I golfed for my first time a month or two ago. How many times I didn't knock the cigar out of my mouth when I'm swinging the club?
Well, it's obvious what's more important to you.
Right.
Was it the golf or the cigar?
Damn thing kept flying out of my mouth, though.
But let me tell you, for first time golfing, which is not easy, it's intimidating. I thought you held your own.
I hit a couple good ones.
We got another one we're going to plan. We're going to,
Yeah.
we like to get together and all the guys that come and hang out, and we'll put little outings together and get out and just have a reason to have a good time.
Yeah, not a tournament or anything.
No.
Yeah, we keep score and all, but it's not about
No,
winning and what you're winning
No.
out or anything. It's just about an excuse to get together and play golf.
yeah, yep, yeah, for sure.
It's so much better, I think. Yeah, sometimes it's nice to sit by yourself and smoke a cigar. Sometimes I'll do it at night if I'm reading something or, watching YouTube videos or something like that. But it's always better when there's a couple of guys around at least
Yeah.
smoking a cigar.
Oh yeah, it's good company.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something about a cigar that just kind of brings everybody
Yeah.
to a level playing field.
Mm-hmm.
Whether whatever profession it is that you do, it makes no difference. We see a lot of that in our lounges. Doesn't matter.
Don't matter
Cigars
who it
bring
is.
people together from all walks of life,
Yep. No
and
doubt. And it always is good, though, when if you have one of them guys that has a couple too many of his Mick Ultras, and that even makes it a little more interesting.
you wouldn't be talking about Polly,
No,
would
I'm
you?
not mentioning any names.
All right, we'll leave that. We'll leave names out of this. I mean, we could tell a few stories
Right?
without the
We don't have
names.
no
but
stories. But just the cigars, no matter where you go.
what do you tell him? He's got a snoot full,
He's gonna smoke one. I tell him.
and he thinks he can walk the line, no problem. Yeah.
That's like when we were on our cigar trip last year and all. And the next day we go back to the the bar by the beach there, and the guy comes running at me. He didn't pay your tab. Well, I didn't have a tab. It was his. But I guess he only recognized me.
Yeah. Yep. Almost got you beaten.
Yeah.
He was very understanding.
Yeah.
I'm sure it wasn't the first time it happened.
Yeah. No.
You know, they encourage you to stay hydrated, so to speak.
But that was one that probably there and the Nicaragua are most cigar friendly places where they don't bust you about when you light up a cigar. You could do it anywhere.
I'd like to go to Nicaragua again.
Yeah.
And definitely back to Casa de Campo.
Yeah.
I mean,
nice
just
trips
talk
there.
about relaxing, great atmosphere.
Mhm.
You know,
But
no timetable.
Right.
Do what you want when you want. Everything's there for you.
But why do the cigars taste so much better?
Yeah.
Like when you're at touring anybody's farms, like we were at, with Nick at Perdomo, the cigars just taste so much better when you're there in that atmosphere.
You're careless. You got the atmosphere. I mean, and you're just thrilled to be there and taking it all in, and that all plays into the whole cigar smoking experience.
That's what it's all about. It's not the cigar; it's more of the experience
and your company
and the company in doing it. It makes it completely different. That's another thing. I always like when I get close. I like to take the band off after it lights a little bit, so I don't start burning it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to take it off right away, and they'll recommend you not. Let it warm up a little bit.
Some people do. They'll bang it right on it. So what?
Yeah.
It don't matter.
Nope.
Or how you cut it. Like, I only like a straight cut. I don't like the V or a punch.
I'll put a golf tee through the back of it if I have to.
Well, if I have to, I'll bite it too.
I prefer a straight cut. I've always, punch. I just don't feel like I get enough of a draw of that smooth draw that I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
V cut. If I do a V cut, I'm cutting it almost crisscross. To make a bigger surface area to draw. So if you're going to do that, and that's what you need to do, you might as well just straight cut it.
Yeah.
But just a lot of times I just uncap the cigar.
Yeah, I don't like it because then sometimes it
get
unravels a little bit. But I mean, whatever you want to do with it. But now talking about size, I just watched that Cigar Aficionado not released, but they just put out the video, I guess, that Marvin Shanka did with Michael Jordan, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. And he smokes a lot of different sizes now, but one of his favorite sizes he always smoked was a Lancero.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that I never had a taste. I don't know why, but I just never.
It's not my favorite either,
like
to be honest. It's just too thin.
It was too small.
Yeah.
But he said that's his go-to.
And that is right around the size that most of these manufacturers and master blenders use to get that perfect blend. But that's why they make 7, 8, sometimes more sizes within a cigar, because everybody's different. Everybody's got a different preference.
But I found it interesting or funny even that he smoked a cigar before every game he played, whether it was on his way to the arena or in the locker room. Now, I guess that's back. He could get away with it back in what, 90s?
Early 90s, mid-90s.
Mid-90s.
And you're also Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I guess that helps a little
bit.
You go in there like the cigar, right? They're freaking hauling us out.
No. Well, speaking of that, I mean, with the whole Michael Jordan thing, I always knew he smoked cigars, but I always thought it was after his career. I didn't think it was during his career, or let alone in the locker room before, maybe during and after a game.
Yeah.
Who knows? But like you said, we don't carry the same clout that Michael Jordan does.
Yeah.
So we were on a TAA trip years ago, and it happened to be in I think it was Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, and it was spring break. So all we wanted to do was go walk down by the beach, have a cigar, maybe sit down at a bar. Guy stops us. Nope. So what do you mean we can't go in there? Too old.
Too old.
Too old. It's spring break. You're too old. You guys are. You've had your time.
Yeah.
First time that's ever happened to me.
Yeah. Right. No doubt.
But even, talking about some of these trips that we've been on has all been afforded to us by way of the cigar.
Yeah.
The relationships that you cultivate.
Not only with manufacturers, but a lot of other retailers are just cigar smokers. We've got friends like, Jeff in Kentucky that we met, or Tom
Bob
in Kansas.
Tom in Kansas, Bob from North Carolina. We met on the Perdomo tour years ago.
Up here once or twice
whenever
a year.
he's in the neighborhood, he comes up from North Carolina, stops in, makes it a point to stop in and see us. And I keep in touch with him regularly. It's
something
just
like some of them we only see once a year, and it's like
they're your best friend.
Yeah, a lot of times you don't talk for 6 months or maybe even a year or something, depending on, or
and then when you
maybe
see
a
them,
Facebook message or something,
you pick right back up like you hang out once a week.
Yeah, that's what it brings it all together.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm really enjoying this. Probably I want to smoke that Maduro as well.
Well, I like.
But this sun grown is nice. It's not, I'd say medium body at best. A lot of flavor, a little bit of a pepper spice.
Yeah.
Nothing that, I mean, this is something that any cigar smoker can smoke, whether they're full bodied, where they like the strong stuff or they like the mild stuff. You can pick these cigars up and enjoy it.
Yeah, this is really nice. Not be scared by the Maduro. And I just learned that not that long ago with the Onyx, which is a very dark cigar, but it's
got the Connecticut
broadleaf
wrapper.
It's grown in Connecticut.
It is the broadleaf.
Yeah.
We had an opportunity to go to Connecticut and see the farms up there as well.
And I was always
and I always looked at it and I'm like, that's going to knock my socks off.
Because it's so dark.
Or what do you say? It's going to hit you in the back of the head.
Blow your head off.
And it's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of cigars like that when I'm explaining or telling people about it, you got to try it. You really got to try it because you'll be really pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, no doubt.
And listen, if you don't smoke the whole thing, I know someone that'll pick it up right out of the ashtray and smoke it, whether it's his or not. We're not going to mention any
whether
names.
You're done smoking
Alex.
it or not.
Oh yeah. Or
speaking of, he did it last night to Joe. He wasn't done with it.
No shame. Well, yeah, whether you give him permission or not, he's taking it.
On it.
You may not have even been finished. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's taking a couple bangs.
The only guy that I know smokes 3 cigars a day, and only one of them are his.
Yeah, that's good living,
right?
That's good living there, A-Bug.
Yeah.
And no, we're not paying you for you being in this video.
Oh, there it goes. See?
Yeah. See, I kind of, No, but I mean that's just a testament to the construction in the cigar. I mean, and another thing, a lot of times guys, and to each their own, they'll buy a box of cigars and want to age those cigars. Well, when they come into us, they're ready to go. They're meant to be smoked.
Right.
The only thing that it's going to do is actually back it down on the nicotine content and maybe diminish some of that flavor. It depends. I mean, every cigar is going to vary, but most manufacturers, when they get the cigar to the retailer, they want it to be put in their hand and it's ready to smoke. They're not going to give you a product that's not ready to go and not have it be the way it's meant to be smoked.
But I found with some of the cigars in my humidor, I don't keep them in there too long, but I've had some in there for years, and to me it changed the taste too much.
Yeah.
It mellowed it out
too much. Yeah, I mean, I still have cigars in there from our trip to the Fuente Charitable Foundation tour in 2004.
Yeah.
And I still have some in my humidor that I just haven't gotten around to smoking for whatever reason.
To me, that would change the taste of it a lot. It's, if you want a little more age on it, but you really don't need to.
And it's no particular reason why I don't reach for them in the humidor. It's just that there's so many good cigars out there that I just, for whatever reason, haven't done it.
Yeah.
And you don't always need a special occasion to smoke a cigar.
Anytime's a special occasion.
It's a good time, right?
Doesn't
the
matter
present is the best time.
Doesn't matter. You could buy more. Product was meant to be purchased, smoked and destroyed, and purchased and smoked again.
It's a beautiful thing.
Right? Yeah, this is really...
I'm enjoying this. I'm glad we did it.
Well done on this blend. Construction, everything was really nice. I
mean, I wouldn't expect anything less.
No.
I mean, even the right from the packaging.
No, I'm not saying even that, but what your palate is and what your tastes are. But like you said, this I think would anybody could smoke, whether you're a seasoned smoker and just looking for a different taste, or a new smoker just starting out smoking a cigar.
And I looked, I looked forward to this all day long. And that plays into it too, on how you're gonna, You know what I mean? And I'm glad I wasn't disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but again, any time is a good time to smoke a cigar and
Yep.
really just take the time to enjoy, sit down, relax, have good conversation, and be able to share it with all of you.
Yeah.
Beautiful day.
Yeah.
Beautiful day.
Perfect out here now.
Not too hot.
Nope.
Sun's out. Low humidity.
Yeah.
If only we could have this all year round.
Yep. Well, everybody enjoy the cigar you're smoking now or gonna later. And we'll talk to you again next time.
Take care.